Thank you for listening to the Failsafe Moment. Grab a cup of coffee and let's join Rob Statham for another informative discussion helping people learn from things that go wrong.
Welcome once again. My name's Rob Statham. I'll be your host for this Failsafe Moment. And today I wanted to talk just a little bit about the uniqueness of latent cause analysis because it has a few things about it that you won't find anywhere else throughout the industry when it comes to learning from things that go wrong, whether that's through root cause analysis or learning teams or any other application that you have for learning from incidents and events. And you may be familiar with some of this. I believe you're about to learn some things that you didn't realize, subtleties of latent cause analysis, and it's why it's so successful, why it's so valuable to people. Excuse me. You'll remember the ultimate goal of latent cause analysis is to help change the way people think, because what we've learned over the years are people do cause problems, but there's a reason for that. We don't want to blame. In fact, we're going to ban blame, but we want to understand what's influencing people to do what they do that contribute to a problem. And one thing unique about our approach is not that we ban blame. I think almost all methodologies out there will say that they want to ban blame. The difference is we offer people a process that actually does ban blame, and it brings people together to look at the evidence so we understand why people did what they did. That is incredibly unique about latent cause analysis. The other thing that's unique about latent cause analysis is we've discovered on every investigation we've ever had that small unresolved problems are what caused the event, the big problem. You can think of these as a disc or a plate that someone starts spinning, and they've drilled a hole through that plate somewhere on that plate, and it's a defect, and it's spinning at some RPM, and another plate and another hole somewhere on the plate spinning at a different RPM, and another, and all of these plates with defects or drilled holes in them are small unresolved problems. These are problems that people know about, but for one reason or another, they're going to live with them or not address them right now. They don't see that there's an issue with those problems. This is what we find every time. And what happens is you find on a large event, you'll find 6, 7, or 8 of those that line up where a laser beam will shoot through every one of those holes. And that's when a catastrophe happens. And it's chaotic and no one knows why it happened. And you go out and you gather evidence and you proceed to investigate what caused this incident, and you discover all of these small unresolved problems that lined up and played off of each other. And the saddest part, this really is sad, these small problems were not new. Everybody knew about these problems. They never envisioned that it would cause a catastrophe. If they did, they would have addressed them. They would have done something about it. So I'm talking about the uniqueness of latent cause analysis. Well, our philosophy at Failsafe, we try to encourage all of our clients to have their people continue to use latent cause analysis to address smaller and smaller issues. Because what you're doing, the people in the field, right, the people on the blue line that know the defects that they're living with, they're able to pick out the ones that bother them. That's key. and do a short investigation, and they follow the exact same process. That's latent cause analysis. The process is the exact same. We're going to start with the 5 items. We're going to gather evidence. You remember the 3 Ps. We're going to let the evidence lead us to draw conclusions about the physical causes and the human causes and the latent causes. We follow the same process. All that changes according to the consequence of the event is the resources and the rigor that we use with the process. On a large investigation, you could easily spend 2 or 3 weeks. On a small unresolved problem, someone could do that in 2 hours. But the beauty of looking at a small unresolved problem is they're breaking that chain of those plates lining up. We've come to understand, the way I explain it is, failure is trying to tell us something, because all small unresolved problems are precursors of a larger problem. They're warning signs, uh, harbingers, if you will, literally messengers from the future saying you should probably look at this. So that's why Failsafe, we always encourage our clients to have their people do LCAs on small events. You don't want to just wait around and use this process on something that goes wrong that's catastrophic. Let's not do that. Let's eliminate larger problems by addressing the smaller problems. And when I say failure is trying to tell us something, many people are under the misconception that it's a choice they can ignore. They can ignore what failure is trying to say. And from my experience, what I believe is the only choice we really have is when we listen. We can listen when it's small and quiet and subtle, or we can listen when it is a catastrophe and it gets everyone's attention. Those are the only choices we have. It's when we're going to address things. And when you understand that, I hope you hear me. When you understand that and you're out there working in the field or in your office or wherever you are, and you see one of those nagging problems, you will act on it because you'll know you're breaking that chain. And it changes the way you think. That's what we talk about with a latent cause mentality, is because that's what doing LCAs does. It gives you a different way to see incidents, events, and failures. And that's unique. That's part of the uniqueness of latent cause analysis. So we not only ban blame, but we require people to look at themselves as part of the problem in using stakeholder meetings. But we do that even with a small problem. The person involved with the problem, it's their problem. They're going to address it and fix it. But then they're also going to be able to look in the mirror and answer, what is it about the way I am that contributed to this? And you do that not once, but you do that 2 or 3 or 4 times a year. And what it does is it begins to change the way you think, the way you see failure and its causes. And if you're in a plant with 500 people and everybody does 4 of these, now all of a sudden you have 2,000 data points talking about your organizational latent cause. You may have scatter due to the lack of time, resources, and one person. They do have blind spots and bias that you have to fight. But what you'll see from those 2,000 data points, it will identify directly the way it is about your organization, your culture, that's contributing to problems. When you see it, you can address it. There's huge value in the process of latent cause analysis with people that understand what they're looking for, and the value of understanding, seeing, and making visible latency. That's some of the unique things about latent cause analysis. I'd love to hear what you think that's unique from your perspective. Feel free to reach out on our website or drop me an email. You can find that on our contact page. I appreciate your time. Thanks for listening. Feel free to share this if this helped you in any way. It'll help people you work with too. And we'll talk to you next time. Until then, stay safe.
Thank you for listening to the Failsafe Moment. We'd love to hear from you. Share your comments and questions below or contact us through our website, www.failsafe-network.com. Once again, that's www.failsafe-network.com. Until next time, have a great day.